Hey, real quick, I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna delete the first one. I'm gonna show this. Wait. Hello guys, it's William here. This is the third video of the channel, and big announcement, I will be making and dropping a video every single Wednesday. I have been doing it for the past 2 weeks now, so this is a reminder that I'm dropping a video every single Wednesday. In this video, we're going to talk about motivation, and we're going to start with this. Have you ever wondered why some people keep going when things get hard in life, in business, and relationships, friendships, whatever, right? Why people keep going? Like, they don't give up. Like, some people, most people do, but then you have your Steve Jobs, and you have the most influential people in this planet, in business, in life. Have you ever wondered why that is? Is because something else driving them. They have something else driving them that many people don't see. They have something. They have this fire inside of them. Most people like them, they're born with this fire inside of them. Most people are not. So you have to really have this fire inside of you to really do something great in this life. Now, the examples that we're going to touch is Steve Jobs, and the founder of Apple, one of the most influential people in this planet. Is Steve Jobs. He started this guy. He was super smart, but not that smart to even get into the whole computer thing. He was building the first computer. He had his buddy help him, but he was smart in the business sense. So his buddy didn't want to release the first computer. If you guys watch the movie, and then not the first computer, but the first Apple computer, I guess, right? And Steve Jobs came in. He told him, you know what? Let's go ahead and let's make this public, right? Let's not just sit on it and keep it for ourselves in the private. Let's make it public for people to use, right? Let's share this technology with people, right? Because that's what it's all about. He had that business mindset. He had that mindset of, let's go ahead and push this for everybody, and at the same time, let's change the world, because this is something that's never been done before. He was one of the how do you say it, the founders, not only the founders, but the he was one of the pioneers of the technology in the computer world, right? So he really started something great and amazing. And fast forward like so many years later, now we're here. Apple is one of the biggest, if not, nah, he's not. It's not the biggest company. Number one company right now is Nvidia, but Apple is easy like number 4, number 3 in the list. You guys can look it up. So yes, one of the greatest companies, all started by a guy that had a vision that nobody else had. Nobody else saw his vision. Everybody thought he was crazy. Nobody really believed in this guy, right? So Steve Jobs, he was super amazing. His mentality was, I would just never give up. I would just never give up in life. I would just never give up in this project. And he believed in everything he did, even to the point that whenever in 1985, whenever he was kicked of his own company, he was so passionate about it that he didn't trash his company's name. Well, partly because he still has shares in the company, but he was so driven that he started another technology company, not because of the fact that he wanted to compete with Apple or to get back at people, only for the fact that he just loved what he was doing so much. He loved the grind. He loved the waking up to something. A lot of people, I don't know how a lot of people live, and they just wake up to nothing. Like, they wake up and they have no goals. They have no ambitions. They have nothing to wake up to. Like, I can't live like that. Like, one of the things and the most notable things about people who really do things in this planet is that you wake up and you have something that you're looking forward to. You need to get on the computer, and you need to look at the numbers, and you need to look at the progress, and you need to keep going. And all these things, and it's showing up every day, because not every day you're going to have the motivation to keep on going with something. And so yes, you have to keep going. You wake up, and then you might feel super motivated one day, and then the next day you might feel like shit, and then the next day you feel like okay, like normal. And the only thing about all of those days, the only thing that separates winners from losers is that all those 3 days that happen, probably loser just acted in one day, while the winner, he made progress in the 3 days, right? He has discipline. That's not motivation at that point. That's discipline, because not always you're going to have motivation, right? That's where it really comes down to discipline plus motivation. When you just realize that you're a week into this project that you're working on, and you already make so much progress that you might as well keep going, and you keep going, and then that creates momentum, and momentum creates success. So That's what this video is about, is motivation slash momentum slash, I don't know what the title is going to be of this video, but I think it's the biggest things in life always come from discipline. Discipline plus motivation, because you need to be motivated at certain points of the progress, right? So let's say you're 2 weeks into this thing, that's when you get a kick of motivation. That's when you finally see a little bit of results, and you're like, okay, I'm not crazy, right? Let's keep going. That's where the motivation comes in. But you need the discipline to get through those days, right? Because some days you're not gonna wake up like working. Some days you're not gonna wake up and feel like doing anything. To be honest, some days you're gonna wake up and you don't feel okay. Something's going on. Something is going on in the planet always, every single day, right? So some days it's not gonna be like that. Like you're not gonna feel okay. But that's when discipline kicks in, and you need to keep working forward and keep pushing forward on your business, on whatever you're building. Even if you're doing social media too, that's another thing. Like, yeah, it's probably not a business, but you're still an entrepreneur, and you still gotta push through a lot of things, right? You need to be consistent. That's a big thing about business and social media. You need to be consistent. Consistency is key. So whenever you're doing discipline, you need to show up every single day. Then the motivation kicks in, and then when you least know it, you have momentum. And then that's when people are like overnight success, but they didn't see all the years that you've been working for that. They don't know all those years that it took for it to look like overnight success, right? So that's when momentum kicks in, and momentum is one of the things that if you have it, you're almost unstoppable with that, right? And if you don't have it, then it's really difficult to create momentum, because momentum comes from discipline plus motivation plus consistency. That's the three things that create momentum, right? So momentum is really difficult to build, but if you have it, it's going to be the best thing ever. All right, so we're going to give a few focus on progress, not perfection. You don't need to be perfect when you're doing these things or whatever you're working on. So what I like to do in business is try to focus on perfection, yes, but also focus on time. So you need time management as well. That's one of the things I'm really good at. You need time management. So if you know you need to get something done in 1 hour, and you only have 1 hour, you don't have more than that. So focus on the things that you can get done in the first 30 minutes, and then the last 20 minutes, and then the last 10 minutes, right? So split it into things. Get the things that people are going to notice the most, especially this is more for like business things, right? The things that people are going to notice the most, finish in the first 30 minutes, then the 20 minutes, focus on like little details, and the 10 minutes, focus on the close, right? Focus on, all right, let's package this thing and let's get it ready to deliver to the customer, etc., right? So yes, so that's what I would do in 1 hour. So, but if you have 2 hours, and you see how you can like put little timelines in time management. So that's what perfection is. I don't believe in perfection. You don't get so caught up in the first 30 minutes focusing on the little details. No, focus more on the things that people are going to notice for sure, and then maybe focus on like the little thing. But the first thing before all of this is you need to have more than 1 hour of time, right? So that's where preparation comes, right? So whenever you're launching a product, make sure you have as much time as you can to focus on those little details and on those little things, right? All right, so we're going to touch on the why subject. You always got to ask yourself why you're doing something, right? Why did you start this company? Why did you start this business? Why did you start a music career? Why did you start doing social media? What's your end goal, right? So the why question is always necessary whenever you're building something, doing anything that you want to really pursue and doing this planet, right? So ask yourself, why did I do it? Did I do it for somebody else's opinion, or did I do it because I really love this thing, right? So for example, one of the examples is my music, right? When I started doing music, I was 14, I was a freshman year, and I just did it because that's how I was feeling at the time. I was feeling like expressing myself. I was feeling like being bold. I was feeling like taking risks. And I was feeling like being seen too. That's one of the things. I'm not going to leave this out of this video, right? I feel like being seen. I feel like previously to that, I was being seen, but more because I had a YouTube channel before that. So I was being seen, but not seen really, like for real. So I wanted to start my music career because I wanted to let everybody know, like, hey, like this is me, this is my music, and this is me expressing myself, right? So that was my why. My why wasn't because of anybody else. Like I didn't care what people thought of me. I just wanted to put it out there, how I was feeling, you know? So if your why is because whatever, right? Because you got a rival and somebody told you something, that's not a good why factor to drive it forward. Or it could be some people, the rivals drive them forward, but it's always good to know why, Like, why are you doing this? Analyze yourself. Ask yourself, why did I even start this in the first place, right? Start a business too. Ask yourself, why am I in the industry? Do you like this industry? Do you like another industry? Are you lying to yourself? Because if you are, it's not going to last very long, right? Always ask why. All right, so we're going to give some examples about successful people who overcame struggles, right? One of the most notable is J.K. Rowling. A lot of people know her before the Harry Potter books. She was turned down by a lot of people, mainly because she was a female. They told her that her books were trash. They didn't like her books. They didn't like her writings. They didn't like her stories. So eventually, when she dropped Harry Potter, everything changed for her. But it wasn't overnight success. It took a lot of years. It took a lot of preparation. It took a lot of no's. You have to be okay with getting no's. If you're not okay with getting no's, you're never going to get anywhere in life in the first place, right? So she was turned down so many times before she finally got that yes for Harry Potter. And now everybody in this planet knows the character Harry Potter and her books and who she is, because she's a billionaire now. So it was worth it. I mean, we can go ahead and look at Steve Jobs getting fired from Apple. We already know that. So he got fired from Apple in 1985, and then they asked him to come back because the company was crashing down without him as the leader of the company, as a CEO. So they told him to come back in 1994, I think, or 1993. You guys correct me on that if I'm wrong. But yes, that shows you how sometimes in life they're going to close a door on you, but sometimes in life at the same time, another door opened for him, which was the Disney deal with the fucking Pixar thing, right? So it was, yes, a door closes so a better door can open, right? And who knows, after a while, that door that closed, that main door that you really wanted, it might open again, and by this time it might open bigger, So that was the case for Steve Jobs, right? He got fired from his own company. He was the founder of Apple, and he got fired from Apple, and then he got hired back from Apple. And it's an amazing story. Michael Jordan now making the basketball team, right? Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player in this planet, he got cut from his basketball team in high school. They told him, you're trash. You're not playing with us. We're cutting you from the team. That happened to me in soccer, but I was actually trash. But in this case, Michael Jordan, he wasn't trash. He was actually a good basketball player, and he got cut from the basketball team. Years later, he became the greatest basketball player in this planet that we know of. And then LeBron came around. But anyways, Michael Jordan is the greatest ever. And that's some of the stories and examples of people doing things. I mean, the founder of KFC, that's another great guy, like super amazing guy. And he was old whenever he started that. So you guys always gotta remember that sometimes you might want it right now, but that might not be the plan for God. God might not want you. God might not want that. That might not be in God's plan. So you might have to wait a little bit longer and be okay with that. Remember, don't rush the process. Don't try to accelerate things because everything goes at their own pace. And only deal with the things that you can control. The things that you cannot control, you can't control them. So don't stress about that many things. You know what I mean? All right, so we're going to be closing this video, giving a personal example. So yes, you always gotta keep pushing forward. That's what I did with the music. I stopped doing music in 2023 mainly because I was moving and I had just graduated from high school and I wanted to focus on business and other things. But I feel like that was God's plan because right now I came back to music and I'm feeling more motivated than ever. I'm feeling better than ever. I know how to do this. Like the Squid Game meme. This is not my first rodeo. This is not. I've played these games before. You know what I mean? So yes, I came back way better and way stronger than ever. But if you guys were to ask me on a personal level, I would never quit music. I shouldn't have quit music, and but everything happens for a reason, right? It was God's plan for me to quit music and focus on business, so I can have some experience on business, and then come back with that experience to the music industry, and then actually kill it and be the best at it, right, guys? So I'm going to ask you guys, what are you guys doing to improve every single day? What are you guys doing to focus and reach that goal? That thing that you guys been thinking about doing, what have you guys been doing to accomplish that, right? So you guys gotta focus on that, and you guys gotta ask yourself that. Am I doing enough to reach this goal? Am I doing enough to do this and focus on what I really love? Am I doing enough? Really ask yourself that. So that's going to be everything for today, guys. Always ask yourself, am I doing enough? You can always make progress every single day, whether you feel like it or not. You need to make progress every single day. You need to have discipline. It's not motivation and it's not momentum, it's discipline. because discipline creates momentum, and momentum creates success, guys. That's the video for today. I'll see you guys in another video next Wednesday.